Welcome to Daily Scripture Reading. I do not own the rights to this music. 1 Kings chapter 10, this is the Amplified Version. The Queen of Sheba. Now when the Queen of Sheba heard of the fame of Solomon concerning the name of the Lord, she came to test him with riddles. So she came to Jerusalem with a very large caravan, entourage with camels carrying spices, a great quantity of gold, and precious stones. When she came to Solomon, she spoke with him about everything that was on her mind to discover the extent of his wisdom. Solomon answered all her questions. There was nothing hidden from the king which he did not explain to her. When the Queen of Sheba had seen all the wisdom of Solomon and the palace which he had built, the food on his table, the seating of his servants, court officials, the attendance of his waiters, and their attire, his cupbearers, his stairway by which he went up to the house temple of the Lord, she was breathless and awed by the wonder of it all. Then she told the king, "The report which I heard in my own land about your words and wisdom is true. I did not believe the report until I came and saw it with my own eyes. Behold, the half of it was not told to me. You exceed in wisdom and prosperity. The report which I heard, how blessed, fortunate, happy are your men. How blessed are these your servants who stand continually before you, hearing your wisdom. Blessed be the Lord your God, who delighted in you to set you on the throne of Israel, because the Lord loved Israel forever. He made you king to execute justice and righteousness." She gave the king 120 talents of gold and a very great quantity of spices and precious stones. Never again did such an abundance of spices come into Israel as that which the Queen of Sheba gave King Solomon. Also, the ships of Hiram, which brought gold from Ophir, brought in from Ophir a great quantity of almug wood, sandalwood, and precious stones. From the almug wood, sandalwood, the king made pillars for the house of the Lord and for the king's palace, and also lyres and harps for the singers. Such almug wood did not come into Israel again, nor has it been seen to this day. King Solomon in turn gave to the Queen of Sheba everything that she wanted, whatever she asked, besides what he gave to her from his royal bounty. So she returned to her own country, she and her servants. Wealth, splendor, and wisdom. Now the weight of the gold that came to Solomon in one particular year was 662 talents of gold, besides the taxes from the traders and from the wares of the merchants, and the tribute money from all the kings of the Arabs, Bedouins, and the governors of the country. King Solomon made 200 large shields of beaten hammered gold. 600 shekels of gold went into each shield. He made 300 smaller shields of beaten gold. 3 minas of gold went into each shield. The king put them in the house of the forest of Lebanon, the king's armory. Also, the king made a great throne of ivory and overlaid it with the finest gold. The throne had 6 steps, and a round top was attached to the throne from the back. On either side of the seat were armrests, and 2 lions stood beside the armrest. 12 lions stood there, one on either end of each of the 6 steps. There was nothing like it made for any other kingdom. All King Solomon's drinking vessels were of gold, and the vessels of the house of the forest of Lebanon were of pure gold. None were of silver. It was not considered valuable in the days of Solomon, for the king had at sea the large cargo ships of Tarshish with the ships of Hiram. Once every 3 years, the ships of Tarshish came bringing gold, silver, ivory, monkeys, and peacocks. So King Solomon exceeded all the kings of the earth in wealth and in wisdom. All the earth was seeking the presence of Solomon to hear his wisdom, which God had put in his mind. Every man brought a gift of tribute, articles of silver and gold, garments, weapons, spices, horses, and mules, so much year by year. Now Solomon collected chariots and horsemen. He had 1,400 chariots and 12,000 horsemen. which he stationed in the chariot cities and with the king in Jerusalem. The king made silver as common in Jerusalem as stones, and cedars as plentiful as the sycamore trees that are in the lowland. Solomon's horses were imported from Egypt and from Kue, and the king's merchants acquired them from Kue for a price. A chariot could be imported from Egypt for 600 shekels of silver, and a horse for 150, and in the same way they exported them by the king's merchants to all the kings of the Hittites and to the kings of Aram, Syria. The end. God bless you, and thank you for joining me today.